Hey, what's up? It's Dustin from Tales from Exile. How's everybody been doing? Hope everybody's been able to find a little bit of peace, love, and happiness today. And I hope it's been a good day for everyone. This video is going to be a little bit different from my others. I'm not going to talk about any XJW stuff this time. I'm going to talk about something that happened at work the other day and what happened with the follow-up as well. And I want some opinions on it too. So for those who don't know, I'm a nurse, right? And right now I work in a skilled nursing facility. I work on a unit that is long-term care, but more acute long-term care. Patients are more critical. They have tracheostomies, colostomy bags, feeding tubes. A lot of them are on IV antibiotics every 3 hours. It's a lot of work. They have to be turned every 2 hours to prevent pressure ulcers too. So it's a lot of work, and our ratios aren't that good. I work at night, so my ratio is 1 nurse, me, to 20 patients, and I usually have just 1 CNA as well. So we're moving all night long, right? And also in this facility, we have a regular long-term care unit, which is your usual nursing home type of thing. And that unit has about 70 patients on it. And during the day and evening, there are 2 nurses. And sometimes they'll run 1 nurse at night for 70 people. And then also we have an upstairs, which is a locked down unit. It's our memory care unit, which also has about 70 patients on it as well. So on my unit, which like I said has about 50 patients on it, we usually run at night 1 to 20, 1 to 18, 1 to 20. And we'll have 3 nurses, sometimes 2 for that many patients, and 3 to 5 CNAs. It's just dependent on staffing, right? So a couple weeks ago, also my unit is the only unit that does 12-hour shifts. So I work 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. The other units work 7 to 3, 3 to 11, 11 to 7, respectively. So a couple weeks ago, on the long-term care unit, the 2, 3 to 11 nurses, it got to be around 11:45 at night, and they were supposed to be off at 11. And the 11 to 7 nurse had not showed up yet. So these 2 nurses decided to just leave. They just put their keys on the med cart and left. Which in nursing and the medical field, that's a big no-go. That is abandonment of your patients. And they left 70 living beings over there on that unit. Then, when the 11 to 7 nurse showed up, she saw what was going on. She had no one to count narcs with. She had no one to get report from. She had nothing. So she left. She didn't exactly technically abandon the patients, but in a roundabout way, she really screwed her team. Because that left 4 nurses for about 190 living beings in this entire building. 4 licensed nurses for 190-ish human beings in this building. Keep in mind, we did not find out the 3 nurses this night that we had on my unit with, I think it was 50 patients, might have been 48. Total care patients, mind you. We did not find any of this out until 1:30 in the morning when one of the CNAs came over and said that there was no nurse over there and told us what had happened. So we all got together and we agreed that the right thing to do was to call our management, call the unit managers, call the director of nursing, the administrators, to try and get someone in here to assist us, because 4 licensed nurses to that many human beings, it's going to have to be a no-go for me. We called the unit managers, no answer, left messages. Our staffing coordinator, no call, left messages, also text messaged her. And then we also called our director of nursing and our administrator. No answer, and would you guess, no voicemail set up either? No voicemail for our 2 head people in the entire building. No voicemail. So we called each one of them a few more times, no message. So we all agreed that the right course of action at this point in time was for all of us to stay on our unit, because our patients are more acute. And if anything were to come up on the long-term care unit, one of the CNAs would need to come get us or page us over to intercom. And that's what we decided to do, because it felt like the right thing to do. We discussed every scenario, and that felt like the right thing to do. One of the main things I pride myself, work-wise at least, is being a team player. I pride myself on my ability to get my work done in a timely fashion, because I heard a saying a long time ago. It said, I can sleep when the wind blows, which means I am calm when things start falling apart, because I have all my responsibilities taken care of. That's how I am at work. Not so much in my personal life, but at work, that's how I am. I get everything done just as quickly and efficiently as possible. So, that way I'm able to go and help the CNAs do their task and responsibility, which ultimately are my task and responsibility as well, because I oversee them. And also help the other nurses who might be lagging. If they have admissions or something like that, I'll go and I'll help them, right? And I pride myself on my ability to do that. So me and one other nurse got written up yesterday for not being team players, for not accepting responsibility for these 70 human beings on the long-term care unit. Because we had discussed that staying on our unit was the best course of action. And our director of nursing, who, keep in mind, didn't have a voicemail set up, and we called her multiple times, and she never returned our call, writes us up for not being team players. The audacity of that. She should have written her goddamn self up for not having a fucking voicemail set up. Excuse my language. She should have written herself up. But she wrote us up, and me and the other nurses in there argued it tooth and nail. I rarely argue, but I did yesterday. Whew, I did. We went back and forth for 45 minutes about this, and we got written up for not being team players. So anyway, please let me know what y'all think. And, I'm going to die on the hill that we did the right thing. That me and my fellow nurses did the right thing. and I'm going to die on that hill. But please feel free to let me know what you think, even if you agree with me or not. Thank you. I hope you have a good day.